Jamil Hankins for Just Conversations, No Interviews News. In finance news, the app Robinhood is officially going public with its own IPO. And guess what's the stock name? Hood. The NCAA has decided to pay its collegiate athletes. I think Reggie Bush will want to word with you guys because he lost his Heisman for this. And the Fab Five of Michigan. In NBA news, Chris Paul of the Phoenix Suns, after 16 seasons, is finally going to the NBA Finals. Let's give it up for that guy. After a lengthy battle with the human Air Force One, Patrick Beverly, in a losing rage, shoved Chris Paul in his back. Whereas Chris Paul fell, but I couldn't tell if he flopped or was it real. Because if you look at this one right here, I don't know. Boogie Cousins kind of hit him on the shoulder a little, and it's like Chris Paul from State Farm. It seems Chris Paul is not only trying to get a championship, but also an acting Oscar. Or was that an Emmy? July 1st is Bobby Bonilla Day. He was supposed to get $1 million for 5 years. They had to buy out his contract trying to be cheap. When they bought him out, they gave him money to Bernie Madoff. Some kind of way that money got f***ed up. Oh, can I say that? An illegal transaction with him. And they'd have to pay this dude $1.5 million from 2011 to 2035. So give it up for that guy. Pooh Shiesty was denied bail because a situation where the serial numbers of the money he flashed on Instagram was found at the scene of the crime. And it was like $40,000 in a bag. And this all happened during the shootout. If I had $40,000 in a bag during the shootout, I really would have just stopped the shootout. Now see, if it was me at the shootout, I had my bag of money. I guess it would have went something like this, like, yeah, Big Bird, bang, shooting. Oh, the bag. Oh, shit. Wait a minute, everybody. Bang, bang. Oh, fellas, everybody stop. I gotta get my bag. Just, it's way too much money in that bag. I gotta pay my mom's car insurance and my house. And they be like, oh shit, your insurance? Like, yeah, I gotta pay that this week. I didn't know we was gonna have a shootout today. We should have talked this over on the text, but sometimes we gotta get it done, I understand. Oh man, yeah, so I'm gonna pick up the bag. Yeah, just hold on, everybody hold on. Let Pooh get the bag. Go ahead, Pooh. I'll pick up the bag. I'm like, hey man, thanks man. He's like, yeah, no problem man, you got it man. Like, all right, cool. All right, you ready? Ready? All right, yeah. All right, let's do it. Let's be ready to shoot. Then we can start shooting. I just needed that. Okay, ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Pow, pow, pow. You know what I mean? And we right back at it. And let that be a lesson to my Instagram gangsters. The police are bored. If they're zooming in on the money that tight, it may be time to stop flashing money, fellas. I don't know. That's insane. In the entertainment news, the Pennsylvania Supreme Court has decided to release Bill Cosby. Guess who's back? What's next for Mr. Cosby? I don't know. Comedy special.
Hold on, I'm doing the news right now. I'm calling you back. Hi, my name is McKay and this is today's weather. Today it will be as high as 89 degrees. It's hot as Winds as low as 5 to 10 miles per hour. And later in the evening, it will be as low as 71 degrees. It's gonna be muggier than a tonight. Make sure you wash your stink. I'm McKay and that's today's weather. I'm rich. Right back to you, Sheree.
How we doing today, folks? Welcome to the news with Just Conversations. Amayo Donaldson and Caleb Archer. These are 2 Philadelphia high school students, former just graduating. They're seniors at George Washington Carver High School. They have developed their partnership with the City of Philadelphia School District to come out with a record label for their high school. Say they have a pretty interesting program where they're going to be doing hybrid labels at different schools. This is the first test. These 2 people from Engineering Science, E&S, they will be doing this project. It sounds very interesting. Kudos to you guys. Here's the big thing today, folks. Miss Sha'Carri Richardson just got a 30-day ban for smoking weed. Troubling is that the state she comes from allows weed. But I've been in places where your state can allow weed, but the federal government doesn't allow weed. So that can happen on certain jobs. This is something different. This is the people who were in the Olympics who have been caught doing heinous things. Do we all remember what happened in South America when the Olympics was there? Do we all remember when Russia took all that money and all types of things? We scandal after scandal. Just Google scandals of the Olympics. I think this is way overboard. Maybe she could have had a smack on the wrist. So much overboard that I feel like both basketball teams, women and men, should probably sit out this Olympics. I don't even know if that's going to affect anybody, but for lack of a better word, since they want to have a measuring contest, you know what that word would be, we should really see whose is the biggest. If this is the game they want to play. I think it's horrible in this room. I think these people in this room were making a decision probably 60 and 70 years old and have no idea what the climate and the culture is for people outside. Not saying that you should be smoking, but I don't think smoking makes you run faster. Try it out for the people who made a decision. I used to go to this Scared Straight program. This judge would be like, get your shoes and your toothbrushes. And this is to all you tenants that have been abusing this moratorium. All you owners that decide not to pay your mortgages. It's time to pack up the baby sneakers, your sneakers and the rest of the sneakers. And outside your house is going to be like this. The sneakers just hanging off the electric line. There's a lot of programs out here that you could really get your stuff in order. And it's not the end of those programs, but it's almost the end of the moratorium. So I hope you haven't been sitting on your ass, living off the PPA, being lazy. Some people did go through some hard things, and I do have compassion for you. I do have empathy for you. It's all types of programs that you can get into. Try Googling it. You know, we're always on the phone, but try Googling it. And Philadelphia has a great program where you can get your back rent up to 12 months. You need to go be a part of that. For you people who haven't paid your mortgage, I don't know what to tell you, but please, the moratorium's coming to an end. Your great president that you all voted in, the people that he really answered to, they're tired of it at this point. They're tired of it. Morgan Stanley is going to bar the workers if you don't go get that COVID vaccine. And I think a lot of employers are going to start going with this trend. If you don't have the vaccine, don't come to our job. And once the population is to 75% vaccinated, they said that we won't even need everybody vaccinated. So I want to be a part of the 25%. But Morgan Stanley, I see what you're doing. I hope all the other employees understand some people just don't feel good about the vaccine. And some people need the vaccine, so those people need to take it. But I wish that all these employees do not start taking that tone. For the other people, just keep your body right, get some exercising, let's get that echinacea, let's get that vitamin C, and let's get the proper 8 hours of sleep. And lastly, for all you young people out here, the Nicetown CDC same-day work program. Get paid $100 cash to clean up the community. Contact them at 215-329-1824. Again, this is the Nicetown CDC same-day work and pay program. They're pretty much going to be having you working from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., weather permitting, cleaning up the area around there. They pay $100 cash for that Wednesday. So anybody's over 18, you're sitting around, you don't have nothing to do, you need a little extra bean for the weekend or something, the Nicetown CDC does have it for you. This is Sharif Hankins, signing out. How we doing today, folks? Welcome to our 21st episode of Just Conversations, No Interviews. Today I have the lovely Charisma Harper here today. She'll talk about her journey as being an African-American female in the world of real estate and business in general. It's going to be a funny interview. Hopefully, she will give you guys some good information and we can start the conversation with, how you doing today, young lady?
I am wonderful. Thank you for asking.
Well,
I appreciate you having me.
I'm glad you came. Showed up, hands a little ashy, we had to get you some cream. And yeah, people, I must put these things out there. So when you come here to Just Conversations, let me know if you need some lotion on your rider. But no. First thing we're going to talk about is what exactly do you do in Philadelphia as far as real estate?
So I do pretty much a little bit of everything. Primarily residential, listing sides, buyer side. And then, of course, if there's some commercial mixed use or commercial properties, like I kind of dabble slightly in that.
Okay. And how long you been doing this?
I have been in real estate since 2017.
Since 2017?
Yes.
Has it been harder than what you expected, or was it easier than what you expected?
Oh my goodness. So it was way harder than what I thought. Like, I've been talking a while about being a realtor and just kind of transitioning and switching careers, etc. But talking about it and actually physically doing it, worlds apart.
How long was the process for you to actually become a registered real agent?
In real life?
In real life. How long was the process?
Okay.
I mean, because there's people that's probably thinking about doing it because everybody
Yeah.
think real estate, you go take a test and now you're a millionaire. So
Right.
I just kind of want to shed light on what's the process really like for some people.
Okay, so realistically, I started my journey in 2009.
Jesus.
Yes. Right. So
that's true, but
yeah.
it's true. I like
it. So I went to Long and Foster. They had this they had a real estate school there. So I took the classes in 2010, did all that. And initially, right after class, I went and took the licensing exam.
Okay.
Failed miserably. Like, failed with flying colors.
That's what I'm talking
Yes.
about. You gotta fail sometimes.
Yeah. So so I kind of just got deterred from it and just went on about my corporate life and just kept moving business as usual.
Okay.
Revisited the idea in 2015.
Okay.
Failed again.
Okay.
Not as bad.
But improvement.
But
improvement.
yeah, I failed a little better. Failed forward that time, And then I took the test again in 2017. Like, I was just, at this point, I was just like kind of fed up with my job. I wanted to get out of there. I needed a plan. And I was like, you've been teetering on this real estate thing for a while. Like, have at it. So 2017, I went, took the test, passed, like literally like aced it.
Aced it?
Yeah, like complete polar opposite of the first two times I failed it. So,
so you got smarter as the years went on.
That and a little assistance from CompuCram, yes.
Okay. Hey, you gotta pass the test.
Yeah, so I did that, and now here we are.
And now you are. That's very good. That's very good. And it's a nice journey. It seems like it was about a 10-year journey.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, I guess you take everything serious with this. If you think somebody got a lead, you go attack that lead.
Absolutely.
Okay, even if it's BS.
And most of them are.
So out of 100 chips a week that you make, how many are fruitful?
Out of 100, I'd say. So it depends. You have low hanging fruit.
It all feeds you. It all feeds you.
Right.
So how many
exactly.
meals can you get out of 100 phone calls? Whether it be a $1,000 meal or a $10,000 meal, like what is it like?
So out of 100 phone calls, realistically, I'd say I can convert maybe 20.
20. That's
Yeah, so it's a pretty good number,
Yes,
like which a lot of people on the outside looking in don't understand how good that number is.
Until they try it themselves and go 0 for 100.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. So so I can convert maybe about 20, but it takes practice.
Okay.
Having the right conversations, knowing how to handle objections. A lot of times you're going to get a lot of no's, so you got to be pretty confident because you got to understand that every no isn't always a closed door in your face. Some no's just are
temporary no.
Right. It means not right now, or it just means not with me, but I can probably, point you in the direction of something else. So,
So let's go back to last March.
Okay.
You are an independent, well, not independent, you are a real estate agent.
Mm-hmm.
Your business is based on people actually going, you meeting with people, walking them through houses, all types of houses. Some people live in, some people don't live in. What happens when the COVID restrictions drop? And what happens in your industry, and mainly what happens in your mind?
Now, it's funny because you would think with the pandemic, everything would have just been shut down. But
just for the first 30 days. The first 30 days.
Right. And that's what I was getting ready to say. That first 30 days being put on hold depending on the personality type. Because you have some people who just sat on the bench and was just on the bench. But a lot of us just re-engineered our businesses.
Okay.
You know, you re-engineer your plan. Like, you think better, you do better, you move better. And that 30 days of being on hold gives you an opportunity to say, okay, I can't go in these houses. I can't physically meet with people. So what else can I do? Now we planning virtual meetings. We're doing virtual tours. You know, so it just helped to re-engineer things, which is good because it now propels you for more forward-thinking opportunities. So.
Okay, so at no point when the COVID thing happened and shutdowns happened were you thinking like, oh God, I'm done, or the business?
No, I actually, COVID was my best year. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I sold like 24 houses. Like, I sold 24 houses. I grossed the most money in 2020 in my entire career in real estate.
Wow, well, that's amazing. That's amazing. That's a good thing. Because it seemed like a lot of industries were shutting down, but I noticed that real estate really took off in Philadelphia. Like it's like not enough inventory at this point. I've seen people sell houses in about hours now. I remember when it was weeks. Now it's hours. Now it's don't even list it. It's gone.
Listen, I almost brought a kidney in on somebody's offer the other day. Like, I'm writing up offers, offering up people firstborn, like their entire stock portfolio, 401k. It's crazy.
It's a cash. It's really a cash-driven business.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Nobody wants to wait for FHA or nothing. It's just like, you got cash, go.
Yeah.
That's what the business is now.
Yeah.
So does that make it easier for you, or does it make it harder for you? Because you're on both sides. Because some people you try to help first-time home buyers too.
Right. So yeah, majority of my clients are first-time home buyers, and a lot of them have little savings. You know, so we got hit the hardest. My first-time buyers rather got hit the hardest because the grant money stopped. That was another thing with 2020. Like, it was so much grant funding out there, like it was crazy. You know, grants were like left and right or whatever, but when the jobs slowed down and people were losing jobs and losing their homes and losing so many things, the grant funding stopped. And it went from, you know, we want to help people become home buyers to now we want to keep tenants with roofs over their heads. So we had to reallocate that money, and they still don't know when that grant funding is going to come back to fruition. But yeah, right now, just because it's so low inventory, my buyer clients are hit pretty hard. Like, I write on average about 4 offers a week.
Okay.
And I have 3 pending deals that settle this month. But those were from like cash deals that I wrote like back in March. Like, none of the things I wrote. Yeah, none of the things I have been writing. And I've written some crazy good deals that are just like, no, not good enough.
Not good enough.
Like, yeah, okay. So you want to give us 50 grand over asking? So what? We got somebody else giving us 75 over asking. Like, it's crazy.
It's a lot. It's amazing crazy to be alive right now.
Yeah.
So as being an African American woman in this business, it's kind of like some people say like you got a double minority or something like that. Has that put a glass ceiling over you? Has that propelled you, or that doesn't affect you at all?
That motivates me.
That motivates you?
Yeah, I don't believe in glass ceilings or glass slippers.
Okay.
Like, I'm motivated. Like, I'm out here. So, you know, like, I'm one of those people that's like, if you tell me I can't do something, I'm gonna do it twice just to rub your face in it. So yeah, I don't foresee that being an issue at all. And again, like I said, every no for me isn't a no. It just means I can't do it with you.
I can't do that. I'm gonna get it something.
Yeah.
Or you, like you said, sometimes somebody be like, well, my friend down the street going to sell his house, so So a lot of your business is like referrals, like people just want to.
Yeah. So my business right now is roughly about 70% referrals.
Okay.
Roughly about 70% referrals, and then the rest of it, I just pretty much got to get it from the mud.
Yeah, you make it 30% or 70% walking through the door. That ain't bad.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. So, in such a short career, give me some of the highlights that you've had since you've been in this business. And what have you had any highlights if you did?
Okay, highlights. I think my biggest career highlight was 2019. I was awarded Rookie of the Year. Yeah, when I worked for Coldwell Banker, so I had the most houses sold for every agent who did a full year between 2018 and 2019 in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware.
Okay. Oh, so that's against three different states.
Yeah, 3 different states. It was, I believe, 160 some odd agents.
Oh.
That, full year.
You rose to the top.
Yeah. Wow. But I was proud of myself because that was one of my goals when I was doing like my boot camp. Like at the end of boot camp, they had us write out like, what are some of the goals that you want to see yourself do within your first year in real estate, and mine was to become Rookie of the Year. So, so it was dope that I got that award. So that was probably the biggest highlight of my career.
And what about what was some of the better stories of people you helped, first-time home buyers or first-time investors? What were one of the highlights from that? What was one of the people that you may have helped get rid of something that really changed their life or something?
That's a good question. I don't know if I changed anybody's lives. If I did, they didn't tell me.
They didn't tell you.
They certainly kept it a secret.
They didn't throw you a little extra after you got your fee?
No, man.
Nobody gave you the extra?
Extra referral, maybe. Maybe an extra tight hug.
It's not always money sometimes. It's not always money sometimes.
But let me think. I think probably one of the most emotional settlements I ever had was my neighbor of mine growing up. I helped her purchase a home. She was looking for something for her and her grandchildren. She has custody of her grandkids, and she was looking for something. And we had some ups and downs, like just her within the process. I may have been like the second or third agent that she had gone to. So her within the process had some ups and downs. She and I within the process had some ups and downs. But once we finally got to the closing table, like her emotions, was just like everybody in the room was like almost in tears. Like she was so elated. Like she cried. Like she was like jumping up and down. Like her arms were like flailing. So I think that's probably like the most emotion I've ever felt in doing the settlement or whatever. But yeah.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Well, I know that in this business sometimes people bring you deals and they think they're helping you. Sometimes it winds up hurting you. Or not hurting you, or just causing you a lot of strife. Like I know I personally brought you quite some interesting people a couple times when you really had to work your ass off to get.
I wasn't even gonna throw you under the bus.
You can throw me under the bus. I don't mind it though. You know, every deal is not a beautiful deal. This is just a deal.
But it's a deal nonetheless.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity to say the least. And what I like and respect about the deals that I got from you, those particular ones you're talking about, they were very, very early in my career. And it was like one of those things where it's like you got to jump out and hit the ground running. It didn't give me an opportunity to kind of lack in myself, lack on the deal, lack in your best interest. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, you got to get out here, you got to work, you got to hustle, you got to, you know what I mean? You got to put feet to pavement.
So you're not just a real estate agent. It's almost like you're a broker or appraiser.
Oh
you
my
do all that stuff on the
Listen.
You don't legally do it, but you have to know all this stuff on those deals. Like I said, I know I bring you some quite funny deals, some hard deals, or some deals that you actually managed to get through. Where I know some people would have quit, like, nah, that's too hard. And when I saw you kept going through the deal, I'm like, well, damn, at least she got the dog in her. At least she knows how to go to a deal and get the deal done. It's funny because we both are alumni from University City High School, which is pretty funny. And
it is because I'm so much smarter than you. That's what
yeah, I know. Well, they made a mistake and let me in there. They probably thought my name was Juan Tolito, and they made a mistake and let me in. I don't think it was their plan. And then when I got there, somehow I wound up on the third floor. I probably supposed to be in the basement or the commissary sweeping up, but I made it up to the third. So
did I tell you about that? Did I turn down being on the third floor so I could be on the first floor?
On the first floor.
That
was like LD.
You
was on the first floor?
No, the second floor. The common.
Yeah.
So I could be on the second floor with all my friends.
Yeah. Second floor was fine. I understand. I used to be on the third floor looking down like, oh, I can't wait till I got that to the right clothes on. I'm going down there every day. Because the Commons here, you had to be dressed to go down there. If you ain't had no clothes, you better stay somewhere else. You don't want to walk through the Commons with no good shit on.
Because everybody see you.
Yeah.
Everybody see you on blast.
If you really fly, you walk through the middle of that motherfucker and be like this. I'm here. So, you can't, I mean, there's a bunch of high school stuff. But when you go down there and you see that area now, thinking about, I remember that area personally, like leaving school. You had the parking lot on one side. I remember seeing people get rolled on and how it was intense.
Mm-hmm.
Like every day I left school, it was intense. And any day could be anybody's day that day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's funny now when I drive in and I look and I see all this investment, all these stores, all these doctors' offices, all these pretty lights. And I just be looking like, damn, if they would have told me in school, like, hey, instead of listening to all this bullshit we teach you, you should be buying a house around the corner from me. But that was never a subject. I was there for 4 years and nobody ever told me like, hey, this real estate that y'all laughing at, that y'all walking around here bullshitting around every day, this real estate is going to be worth $250,000 minimum, in 20 years. All right, so right here behind me is where University City High School used to be at. So this is what me and Carissa was talking about. When you look in this area was gentrified like crazy. This was some of the worst places to walk up this street and catch the L was very dangerous. Come out here, if you didn't know nobody, you didn't know how to move right, this is one of the worst places to be. And now I see all this investment down here, and it's kind of weird because now you look around and the same people that was never here, they all live here now. When I said it in the segment that the teachers never told us that we should be investing in this property around here, that's the disconnect I'm talking about between real life education and book education. So you look behind me, you look all around this area, it's millions of dollars that black people could have had, and it was all squandered opportunities.
Yeah.
Nobody ever explained to me. So how do you feel when you go out there and you see that area, like how much has changed?
Pretty much the same things you feel. I missed the boat, like
Yeah.
like and it's crazy because the area has done like a complete 180. Like I still go down there frequently because my son goes to the doctor's office right there on 3550 Market.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still frequently in that area. And as far as Market Street, that still pretty much looks the same.
New stores,
But right, it has a couple new storefronts. Chima's is there. Like Chima's is old now, but back when we were in school, like you couldn't think of that kind of stuff being there. But just walking 2 blocks down, you're on Bering, you're on Lancaster, like all of those streets is like
they
a
just put
complete.
Chipotle and the Blaze Pizza.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh, that's crazy.
Where it was nothing but rubble.
Yeah.
Back when we were in high school, like it wasn't even a parking lot; it was rubble.
Yeah.
So so looking at all that stuff and seeing how all that stuff is down there, like it's crazy, like complete 180. Like I remember, like I dated a guy that was lived like off of Walou Center, one of them little streets or whatever. Like even that street is like half of it's torn down. They're putting these huge 3-story, everything's up, like it's crazy.
What's up, champ? What you got?
Quick question for Riz. As a woman and being a realtor, do you feel like your gender helps or hurts, or it just depends on you?
So I feel like my gender helps actually, because women are looked at in a certain way. We're nurturing, we cater to people, etc. So I think when it comes down to it, brass tacks, people are more inclined, especially considering one of my niche markets is first-time buyers. They're more inclined to work with a woman because of that nurturing kind of capability, Whereas a man, like, no offense to you guys, but they kind of look at you guys like used car salesmen. Like we want to get you guys in and, just bully you into a property and that kind of thing or whatever. So with somebody like me, it's like I take my time. I like, it's the truth. It's the truth. But yeah, so I think it helps.
I don't agree.
Okay.
But it is some truth to what she's saying. I think a woman that's engaging does beat a man. Because they think a man always got an extra trick up the sleeve that's trying to, fit a data. But I still don't agree, you know what I mean?
You don't agree because of your gender, or you don't agree?
No, just because I seen you in action, you know what I'm saying? Like it'd be different if I never saw you in action, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I know I could have sold quite a few houses faster than you, but I'm just saying. It's like, no, no, I'm joking. No, I'm joking. So tell me this then. When you're in your business, like, does the dollar amount ever scare you? Does the dollar amount ever scare you? Does it make you paranoid, or you feel like is it all the same?
Yeah, like at this point, a deal's a deal.
Ooh.
I think if I would have gotten like $1 million deal in 2017, like I'd probably be like, oh no, like, you know, like I don't know, but like now it's like if you do one, you can do them all.
Yeah.
You know, like the
So
numbers.
10,000, 10 million is all.
Yeah, it's all the same. Like it's really all the same. The quality of care is the same.
Somebody
Like
taught you that, or you just learned that through working?
I learned it. I learned it through working deals.
Okay.
I might have had a conversation or two with some light skinned boy.
Yeah.
But you know.
Yeah, I know. Balding guy. No. It's serious though, because I mean, most people when they start seeing those zeros, they start shaking and they can't focus. And I tell them all the time, like, start getting the zeros ain't dead. Just focus on the top, on the front number.
Yeah,
You'll
absolutely.
figure it out later. You know what I mean? A lot of people, they get nervous. Money is just money. Just some more numbers behind some more numbers to make everybody think they're rich or wealthy, but it's just numbers.
Yeah. I think once you get into a system and a rhythm and you're used to conducting business a certain type of way, regardless of how big or small the deal is, as long as the system is the same, like it shouldn't be a problem.
Now, so you deal with first-time home buyers. You help some people sell. You help some people buy. Have you ever dealt with doing remodels and things like that?
Yeah. So I do have a couple of investor clients. I actually got a few I'm working with right now where we're rehabbing 2 properties, one in Mount Airy and another one like over by Gretz High School, you know, that's Temple Hospital area.
Oh, that's called North Broad. And don't hate, because you saw what Caldwell Beckett did the other day. The house was $330,000 over there.
Yes.
Triplex.
Yeah.
So everybody around Gratz, your houses are $330,000.
Absolutely.
You don't have to believe me. You can think I'm lying. All the Russians that was knocking on there, giving y'all $30,000 and $70,000. I seen them do the same thing down Francisville. They came through Erie. I hope some of y'all held on to it. So,
And if y'all want to sell, definitely call me.
Yeah, call
My
me.
information's in the podcast.
It'll be right there, right where I'm pointing at, or over there, or over there, or over there. It'll be somewhere on the screen. So if somebody had houses right now, if you were somebody, you used to say you were an investor, and you was like, all right, I got 6 houses right now, I ain't making money off all of them. Is this the perfect time for somebody to almost like lose some of their pieces to strengthen up the other pieces? So if I got 4 pieces, I got 6 pieces, 2 of them is dead, they can't do nothing, and I need repairs on the other 4. Would you try to go get a loan to fix up the other 4? Would you to fix up all 6 of them, or would you subtract 2 pieces on your chessboard to strengthen up the 4?
So if this was any time between February and May, I'd say, you know, go for one of those strategic little PPP loans or the economic.
We do not support PPP fraud on this show.
I'm not saying fraud. If you have a legitimate business, I'm not saying get a PPP loan and go and buy a Bentley.
We
I'm saying
Just Conversations does not support anything with the PPP unless you are doing exactly what they say, word for word.
precisely.
So whatever she's talking about with getting stuff and fixing, that's only a percentage of the money you're allowed to use.
Yes, that's accurate.
Yeah.
That's accurate, but you can still use it nonetheless. You just have to disclose it.
Yeah.
Anywho, but yeah, so
They're going down. The first PP fraud person. Run her name, please. So go ahead,
but
Jay.
no, seriously. So right now, it will really depend on the end game. So obviously, if you want to fix them up, you're obviously intending to hold. So if you're intending to hold on for something great, I would say go by the neighborhood. Figure out where you have the most potential, the most bang for your buck. I probably wouldn't off all of them.
No, I said, would you offer 2 to fix up?
But I don't even think I would off 2.
Just 1.
Maybe 1.
Maybe one.
You know, maybe.
half of one. Like, fuck, you got to make a move.
Because
if you got bad credit right now, you can't get the loan, or you got bad credit and you don't want to go into hard money where you're losing equity in your property. So would you subtract 2 to say? I mean, it's just whatever answer.
I mean, yeah, sometimes you can sacrifice 1 and save 1,000. Like it just, it is what it is. And if you're smart and you're strategic and you're savvy, you can lose it and get it back.
Yeah.
You know, so if the conversation is I'm making no money on 6, you know,
Making no money on 6.
you know what I mean, and I have an opportunity ahead of me where I can get rid of 2 to make some income on 4, then, you know, if strategically it makes sense for your business, and do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing. We should be thinking. So now let's get to contractors. How do you feel about contractors?
Contractors. I don't.
You don't?
I don't.
You
like,
must be working with a contractor right now that she doesn't want to insult.
No.
But I know, because I seen some of you contractors out here. You niggas watch some YouTube, and you go to fucking Home Depot with a credit line and go buy that fucking starter pack from Ryobi that's blue and yellow, and all of a sudden you're a fucking contractor. No, you're not.
So
no,
you
you're
have to vet them out, obviously.
Yeah.
You know,
that's
you
what I'm
can't
saying.
just allow
That
anybody
shit.
in your property
Or
to do whatever.
Little Juan Tolito or Juan Pablo that's outside of fucking Home Depot who think he fucking slick, can't fucking read a ruler and say, oh, you want to put some sheetrock? Because, you know, automatically, if you're Mexican, you can do sheetrock, right? So automatically, this motherfucker come to your house for 3 pieces of sheetrock, he gonna say, oh yeah, I want $400. Nigga, get the fuck out of here, man. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, so, like, have you ever been stuck in a job where you got to find contractors sometimes at the mercy of the quality of the person, or you have a pretty good team?
Yeah, so I come across that a lot, but now I'm at the point where I have solid people that I work with, you know, one of which is sitting in this room, you know, where...
Your personal camera guy.
Absolutely. You know, so I have solid people that I can pretty much refer out for work. What's up, Coos?
Whoa.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you getting too comfortable.
I'm sorry, my bad.
What's up, champ? Fuck.
I was just gonna say, out of your team, does any of them have the Ryobi trip?
See, it's funny because me and my brother, we got a thing we say about contractors. You know, it's almost like dating. When you first meet them, they come out, they put their best foot forward, they look great, they on time, they do things good that look like they good. You won't know till 2 or 3 years from now. You find out somebody ain't screwed a fucking joist and us, you know what I mean? Somebody put a bad cap, you know, whatever, you wired off the wrong thing. So it's like they come out, they do great, and then as the more and more you date them, here they go. Here come the bonnet. Here come the hair ain't done. Here come the ashy fucking hands and knuckles and knees. Now she ain't washing up when you see her. Like, you know what I mean? I'm telling
Does
you,
it really get that bad?
Yes, it does. It does. And like I try to value every contractor that's worth something. And at some point, I think it gets to the point where they're like, man, I need more money. Because it's almost like some of them come in cheap, or some of them come in expensive. The guy that comes in cheap, he gets pissed off because as an investor, you kind of like, well, can't you just? And he looking at you like,
right.
Yeah,
Like,
I ain't got two more, can't you just?
Yeah.
I ain't got two more fucking can't you just? Like, no, this is my price. I need this price now. So then that becomes a thing. Or you got the guy that comes with a fucking price that's out of this world. So you might have a guy. I remember one time a guy came and told me it was a leaking porch roof, and the guy come in and say he went up there and actually ripped down the siding. Like, I think he just think I was some square there and know nothing about business. He's ripped down the siding. I was like, yeah, we need $10,000. We got to rebuild the back, the sidings off and everything. And I'm like, here we go. One of these fucking Home Depot niggas talk. And the first thing he tell me, I didn't even say it. First thing he tell me is like, you can go on my Facebook and look at my pages. Like, champ, you can take them pictures of anybody work.
Absolutely.
Like, yo, and I don't even care if I see you putting it in. I have to be there because I don't trust nobody. Everybody lying. So, like contractors, man, it's a deep thing. Like when you get one, it's almost like you want to hold on to that.
Yeah.
But like I said, even the ones you hold on to, at some point, being in this business for 20 years, it comes to a point where you're like, all right, I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah.
Or they like, or they tell you like, hey, I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah.
Like,
Or they ghost you.
Right.
The best one is the ghost is Nathan.
Yeah,
or
I've had that.
you be on the line, and they be like, you got like a week left, and they be like, yeah, I'm be here Monday.
Yeah.
I'm gonna clear up everything. Wednesday. Oh man,
Friday, Illinois shows up.
right. Yeah, I've had that happen before. I definitely been ghosted by contractors. But yeah, I think the important thing with that is to have a team. You know, like, don't rely up. And I'm glad we're on this subject. So my mom just did some renovating. She did some renovating. And I say to her, hey, don't just have this one guy do everything.
Hell no. First of all, if you do everything, I ain't fucking with you. You are supposed to do the things that you are skilled in.
Mom,
that's it.
Like, don't have the one guy do everything. Mom, if you're watching this, yes, I'm talking about you. Okay? Like, damn,
Mom. I do everything. When the motherfucker show up, I do everything. He got tar on him. He got glue from plumbing. He got fucking wires hanging out his pocket from doing electricity. Then he got semen on his boots. Run from that guy. He lying. He lying. He just mean I can fuck up everything in your house and still expect you to pay me. That's what that means.
Absolutely. So
go ahead.
That situation, the work was good to an extent.
So like
the bulk of it was good. Okay. Like the property was just in disarray. And it needed a lot of things. So he reinforced walls. Like he did things that wasn't in his original scope of work. You know, and he did it just because of his. We'll talk about that in a minute, because I raised an eyebrow at that as well. But he did things that wasn't in his original scope of work because it needed to be done in order to do what he needed to do. So it made sense and it was good, and that type of stuff was quality. But the design schemes that she wanted, he couldn't do that stuff.
So she just ain't want a carpenter. She wanted an architect, an engineer.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But then sometimes as the client, I think we sometimes tripping too. So yeah. So she wanted to design. Huh?
Yeah. Project ended up taking it was supposed to be 30 days. Ended up being done in about 4 months.
Yeah. It's about right.
So,
I mean that's about right. Even
3 months in on the 1 month.
Yeah, it took about 4 months, but then she still had to outsource the bathroom, which was the first thing that he was supposed to have been doing. Like that was why he was there.
Is she over budget or under budget?
Oh, about close to 30 grand over budget.
That's
absolutely.
About right. And was she was she in the middle of this project when plywood went up? Because I know plywood shot up, and I know it broke my heart.
No,
like, I don't.
This was last year. So the plywood started going up.
It really went this year.
Yeah. Like January, February this year. So she didn't have to deal with that too much. But
she lucky.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, man, I got 3 projects sitting there just looking at me, and I'm like, I don't want to start. Because I don't want to be able to come tell you.
You cut down your own trees, huh?
Yeah. Like, I'm about to start cutting the trees. Listen, we don't throw away no wood now. We just ripped out some stuff. We was like, yo, them 2x4s still look good. Yeah, keep them joints. Because right now, I don't know how crazy this is getting. Like, if I knew how to make my own plywood, I'll be back there cutting down trees, pressing it together at $80 a sheet. Shit, that's a different game. That's a different game.
It's crazy.
So, yes. I would. I wish I could.
Yeah, I have a couple clients who we outsource the renovations through this company, and we started the conversation last year. And so now the numbers are like
and that's the thing about contracting. Sometimes you may get a price. You know, plumbers do it all the time. They are masters. Copper just went up. That is the best fucking line ever made. Fucking electricians do it too, but not like the way the plumbers do it. The plumbers, they are the greatest at it.
Just throw a handful of pennies at it.
Yeah. I know. I'm telling you, I'm about to start showing jobs with fucking cut pieces of tree and fucking pennies. I'm like, yo, I'm here to make the job cheaper, one way or another. I'm gonna make the job cheaper.
You would have to scrape me off the ground if I ever caught that in action.
I'm just telling you, like what they're charging, it's almost like, and this is what I hate about contractors and stuff. I get it. You have a certain wage, a certain price to pay, because you have a wage, you want to support your lifestyle, and I get that part, right? But don't tell me because plywood went up, it's going to take me an extra $200 for you to put the fucking plywood down. Because the plywood you put down for $100 a year ago, it's still the same plywood.
It's still the same plywood.
So how does the labor increase? You know what I'm saying? Now I get you saying a gas increase, but because the plywood increased, let me buy my own materials and keep the labor price the same as it was last year. But everybody like, no, we rigging the prices, and I'm like, shit, like they rigging everything. Like Jesus Christ, it's like I said, I've been on all 3 sides. I've been the buyer, the contractor, the fucking investor. I've been everything you could possibly imagine in this business. And this is a weird time we're in.
It is.
Even like the sinks is cheap. I mean, the sinks are more expensive. Everything is just more expensive now. And it's like, damn, like, wow, like how we get here? Like I wasn't prepared for this. I wish I could have had sometimes you wish you could have just bought the shit a year ago.
And just held on to it. That's how I feel about gas.
Plywood so high, I don't even feel gas right now. I just be like, go ahead, man. Just go ahead. Just go ahead, man. Put the shit in there. Whatever y'all gonna charge me, just go ahead. But like that plywood thing, that hurt my feelings.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is. It's so crazy. Like I was talking to him, like I'm trying to put down new floors in the hallway in my rental, and I don't always like to trade time for money. But at the end of the day, the way these numbers be coming back, it's like, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and figure out how to lay these floors. Like
Shit, you gonna do it yourself?
I'm gonna do them. I'm gonna send you some before and after photos.
I ain't got time for that.
I'm gonna do them. I feel like I watched enough YouTube videos. I feel like I'm an expert.
You might have to get right over it. I'm
gonna get my set. Like I'm ready.
Please know what wall to start off. Please know that part, because I don't want you that big gap when the last piece can't get there.
I'm telling you, I got this, son.
That's what's up. Well, you smarter than me, because I couldn't do it. I couldn't imagine myself on my hands and knees.
It might take me 4 months.
How many times do you change messing up? What if you do this and mess up? What type of floor are you using? First of all, the hardwood stuff?
Oh no, this is like some pick and pill time.
Oh man.
Yeah, and it's just a little.
Hey, wait, cut the camera. Pick and pill. That's like pick and pill shrimp. Get out of here,
It's a little landing, like.
I thought she was cutting and butting. I thought she was really going. Oh my God! No, not with pick and pill, yo. That is.
Like I don't need power.
That's like patches and glue. That's patches and glue, yo.
Well, it's an art project nonetheless, but I'm getting it done.
Well, here's a quick tip when you start. Don't put too much adhesive on the floor. You lose your boots when you take it up.
Understood.
Because I think when I had to take his floors up, I think they wanted to press him so much that peel and stick wasn't going to move.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I would tell
That
you.
shit.
Put the. Listen, don't try to put pick and pill on top of this. No, you gotta put a little sticky down there to make it stick. Don't get cheap.
The sticky that's on the back ain't gonna
It's not.
Somebody walking wrong, that shit like
over.
It's over. So you gotta put the adhesive in, and then.
Yo, we're gonna bring the camera crew there. Put this down.
I'm gonna do it.
We're gonna put this on camera and watch you this floor.
No, it's gonna be all that, and then I'm gonna moonwalk on that, John. I want all of it.
Right. Like, put it down. You can let it dry. You can just do it that day.
That's it.
Moonwalk right when the last piece
Moonwalk
goes
right
down.
on it. Like I'm a moonwalking in place.
Can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it, yo. I cannot wait to see it. Well, at this point, folks, you got anything else you want to tell the people?
Not particularly, but I do
Tell
want
me
to
how
say
they contact
something.
you. Tell me where you at and all that good stuff.
I'll get to that.
Okay, go ahead, shoot.
I want to say something to you.
What's up, champ?
I appreciate you.
Oh, thank you.
You drive me bat crap crazy
Okay.
because you're a bully
I'm a bully?
and you're mean.
No. I don't know.
But
this at.
it's necessary.
It's necessary?
It is. It's necessary, and I appreciate. Like I don't know if you guys
this is
do
so
this,
emotional
but
right now.
I don't know if you guys do this, but when I first got my license, Reef sat with me every month. Every month we had a meeting. We talked about the market. We talked about what was going on. He sent me so much business. Some I could close, some I couldn't. But for the most part, he never gave up on me. Like seriously, like I'm so appreciative. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to have you in my life, to have helped steer my career. Like seriously, I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I don't get that too often. I usually get you're a fucking bully.
Well,
you're self-sabotaging. You're gonna fuck it up. I hear all that.
All of which is true.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine though.
But you have layers. You're like an onion. Well, and that's another one of your layers. It's like closer to the core, you know.
Listen though. But I'll give people backstory. How did we meet? When did we first meet? You
oh God, I don't even know what year that was. Almost 20 years ago. We met when I worked for you. Yeah, Reef had a bar in North Philly, and that's how we worked. He was dating one of my closest girlfriends, and she was like, "Oh, you gotta come down and work for my boyfriend." And then when I came to the bar, I said, "What? You want me to work here?" Like, And then I got to know Reef for the true a-hole that
True
he is.
a-hole.
Like, you know, and I couldn't stand him for, I don't know, shit, all of 10 years. At least, give or take. We were like arch enemies for a long, long time. But we were like arch enemies that had each other's backs, you know? Like,
Yeah, very, very hard to work with this woman. But I did notice that she had the drive and the courage to go out in this business and do it. And I seen her attitude when she was, you know, how she was selling drinks. And I said, well, if she can sell that many drinks, she can at least sell that many houses. So I was like, when I saw that she won them, I was like, oh shit. I'm like, let me see if I can give her some of my knowledge to help her out. Like, just to, you know, you're gonna be whoever you are. I can't give you drive. All I can do is give you the information that I have, and like, here you go. And you just took it and ran with it. You dominated. So I'm proud of you. Definitely proud of you. You know what I'm saying?
if I was as soft as you, I'd cry too.
Oh God, I'm crying. I mean, I think you came pretty far to be a crack baby, one of the original crack babies. Not talking about you, Mom. I think she just smoked it herself when she came out the womb. Can't prove it, but I think she's the first baby that ever hit the pipe. But you did good for yourself.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
You did good. So, you got anything else you want to tell these people?
No, just how to contact me. So my name is Charisma Harper. My Instagram is on my shirt, Riz on real estate, RIZZON, not to be confused with Frank Rizzo. Okay, Riz on real estate, which is also my Gmail and my website. If you guys want to contact me, my number is 215-475-7442. I'd love to help you buy, sell, or invest in real estate.
One last question.
What's up, champ?
What's your dream deal? But like if you could craft the most beautiful deal in real estate that you could afford to do.
So I'm gonna tell you something because I think about
Well,
this
you
often.
had it already.
Right? Think about this often. My dream deal, obviously, is one that's gonna promote me a big check. We're gonna start there.
Okay.
But seriously, where everything is just aligned. The buyer is aligned, the seller is aligned, everything's on task, the mortgage, the title, like everything's clear. Settlement occurs when and how it's supposed to. Okay. That is honestly my most perfect deal. I've had some that were close and I got emotional, but that for me would be perfect. Yeah.
I thought she was gonna be like, oh, what would I walk away with like X, Y, Z? But
No, because at the end of the day, if I walk away with a $200,000 check and no hair, that's not the best kind of, you know what I mean? Like, that's not the best deal.
so you would say that peace of mind is more important than anything else.
Absolutely, absolutely, because when I'm comfortable with the deal, everybody involved is comfortable with the deal. Like, I tend to be a little high strung. So when I get to a point where I'm getting antsy and I'm frustrated with things, the people involved, whichever party I'm representing, and God forbid I'm representing both, have already reached the highest level of festivity. It takes a lot for me to get like worked up. So when I'm worked up, it's not good. Like, it's not good. So yeah, my perfect deal, like a handcrafted deal by me, would be one that's just easy breezy, lemon peasy. Yeah.
What's your perfect deal?
My perfect deal?
One where I'm on the other side of the closing table.
I don't know about all that shit. Where I'm from, we buy houses with black bags with money in them. We do all that. I don't even know. It's like, no. Nah, my perfect deal, man, like, just, it's almost like perfect deal to me is everybody get what they're supposed to get. You know what I'm saying? Even, not even one, because sometimes when you're a guy like me, you're never really on the paper. You're like in the dark. And you kind of like pull the parties together. And sometimes I'm compensated, sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I do it just to get people from point A to point B. So everything is not about money for me. It's like she says, like, it's that person where they may probably help you do later on in life. So I'm not doing it hoping you can do something for me. But sometimes I'll pull people out of jams. Some people I pulled out of jams, some people I couldn't. It just depends on what I'm able to do. So the perfect deal for me, I don't know. I don't even think about the perfect deal. My shit is, can I get the deal done? And as long as I can get it done, it's almost like, but I can walk away from the deal too. I'm at the point in my life, like, Once I start feeling like you have too many issues or you did something that even God can't fix, I'm out of here.
Yeah, that's major.
Yeah. So
That's major. A lot of people can't walk away from the deal.
Yeah,
like they'll work it until they work themselves in the ground.
Yeah, I don't do no deals based on me stealing or lying. I don't involve myself with that. So like I said, I don't really have a perfect deal. I never thought about it. I mean, once you do a lot of deals, just be like, how bad is the next one going to be? Honestly, like, because it's always something. I mean, like, man, do we have a horrible lien system in this city where they've got liens just because somebody's name matches somebody else's name? And I'm sitting 30 days right now waiting for name matching to stop, and you get sued in court when you don't show up. Like, man, I don't even think about perfect deal. When I walk to deals, like, how bad is it? Like, when they call me, it's bad. When somebody call me, it's bad. And they usually expecting me to fix something they couldn't even fix. Like, it's unreal expectations, and sometimes through the help of people like Riz and a couple other people I deal with, I'm able to bring people's dreams come true. So, I don't know, I haven't thought about the perfect deal. I hope you guys learned something today. And whatever you didn't learn, please contact her if you're about to buy a house, your first investment property, or your first house to live in. You can get a lot of knowledge if you didn't get anything here today. Thank you so much for tuning in. And please always like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
From the head to the toe, from the floor to the ceiling, smooth like a Cadillac wheeling. She's so smart, so loyal, so appealing. Wake up, get dressed with a feeling. From the head to the toe, from the floor to the ceiling, smooth like a Cadillac wheeling. She's so smart, so loyal, so appealing. Got the Oscar de la Renta, and I'm hopping out the window, allergic to being broke. This is antihistamine.
Hold up, Rich, I'm doing the news right now. I'm calling you back. Ah, spit! It's hot as puck! Ah, it's gonna be muggier than a bench tonight. Make sure you wash your stink flash. Rich!
Get your shoes and your toothbrush.